You don't know are the Real Things podcast. Hey yo!
Hey, 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 my people, what going, what good, beautiful, 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 rainy weekend. I've missed out on a few podcast episodes and I decided why not treat you guys to a special edition of the podcast, the weekend edition. I'm feeling so motivated. I am feeling super duper enthused. Right about now, I want to talk about Marwa. I also want to talk about what I've been seeing for the past few days on camera on Marwa's channel. Guys, big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. Welcome to the podcast. Let us delve right into today's episode. Beautiful, beautiful weekend, my people. And let's without any hesitation, let us just delve into this. The man that you see on screen is none other than I am Marwa, the Kenyan content creator that hails out of a quaint little village called Nyabohansi. And by the way, this is for those of you who are new here and probably, came on, subscribed from some other content other than like, my regular village content. Now, Ayamarwa hails from a quaint little village called Nyabohanse in Kenya, Africa. And this content creator is a travel vlogger, but also boasts an audience that is so dedicated. I admire you guys. And most of all, let me just say this straight off the bat because I actually went and I commented. I'm a subscriber, I'm an avid follower, and I do content, village content that base around his village. I do content from time to time. Most of the contents here on the podcast, we do like a reaction style podcast. Yes, and that's what it is. It's not your everyday podcast. No, I went to his channel and I really commented today because, which I haven't done in a long time. I watch most times I'm in the kitchen, I watch from behind the curtains and I do what I'm doing around the house and I watch. That's how I support. I don't comment. But I did today. And you know why I did? Because somehow, by watching all that is happening, you may ask, what the hell is she talking about? Well, a few days ago, um, a young guy, 14 years old, went to Marwa's house and he stole some items from there. He was banned actually from going back to Marwa's house. And the supporters, came out and said, well, it's obvious that the guy have a problem. Let us help him. Because Marwa was basically over it based on the fact that he has the right to stand up and protect his property. You understand? Like any Jack or Jill would have done. He was criticized for that because the child was actually reported to the police, was brought to the police. A report was made, and a lot of the people who criticize him, you know, he was criticized heavily. That's all I'm trying to say. However, his audience, his supporters, turn around and instead of, you know, all out lashing this guy, this child, this minor teenager, they at first actually it was like some people were up in arms over the thing because they were saying some people were saying that he needs to be punished because he's aware based on what was shown on camera. He's quite aware. I myself said the same thing, like he needs to be made to understand what he has just done and he needs some counseling. I was one of the ones that said we need, people need to really, they need to investigate what brought to this, what led to this kind of behavior. Because after, you know, they investigated, they realized that this kid has been doing this thing over and over. Long story short, the fans came out, the supporters came out, and they decided to change the life of this teenage boy, Brian. Now, I've spoken about this already. I did one episode, and I'm back because I'm seeing where the love and the support, when people join together, they can move mountains. The love and support that they show when joined together, when people come together, when a people comes together, can move mountains. No, this where you see Marwa is standing, guys, is where, let me see if I can just run it a little bit.
You guys, let me pay these guys.
This where we see Marwa is standing.
Everybody stand where you worked today.
It is a fresh construction site. He's constructing a home for the little boy and his grandma. That same little boy that went to steal. Marwa has beckoned to the call of duty. He has answered, rather, to the call of duty. No, this is not the first time that he's taken on a project of this scale. There was his immediate neighbor when he was living at his parents' house, just up the road from where his house is. Oh, this is for all the newcomers. And his immediate neighbor, they were in, a terrible condition. And you can, anybody with a heart or any kind of humanity would have looked on their neighbor and said, well, then if I'm going up, you need to come up with me too. And that was exactly what Ayamarwa did. He used his platform with his influence and he called upon his supporters and they answered. That person, that neighbor was Anne. It was a young girl who wrote him a letter requesting for help for school, which usually he would give what he have. He would help however he could. But remember, he's a travel vlogger, so he was not there most of the time. But he would have helped whenever. I remember one day he was on camera doing a video, and the little girl came up. The young lady came up, gave him a letter, and he read the letter, and the little girl was just seeking for help. And that touched Marwa in a different way. He came up with the idea of changing the lives of his neighbor, Anne, and Anne's mother, or Anne's parents. And it turned out to be something beautiful. At one point in time after that, some outsiders started imposing and created so much problem that they even inveigled that family to go up against Marwan family. And those people even forced, like, I would say, forced them to build a massive wall, blocking out everybody so nobody can see. Even the house that Mara would have, be showing people when he passes and say, is this us, guys? It is us as a community who helped to build them that house. That was no longer. A wall was built around it so massive. I call it Jericho wall. And when people really ready to watch you when you're doing good and when you're pulling up others and decide to dig a grave or dig a hole so you and the others so you could fall in and anybody else around it could fall in. I don't understand the logics. Sometimes they even sometimes they want to for you to fall just so the ones who you help up could stand over you and laugh. What's the logic behind that madness? I don't know. Anyway, that's not the issue today. And it's not even an issue. I'm here to talk about the good things that I'm seeing on the screen, the good things that I'm seeing here in this clip that I'm watching with you guys. This clip on
I'm
screen
paying you right there. Quickly, we go home.
is a foundation being dug and laid out. And a house, a dwelling for the little boy, teenager, and his grandmother is about to be erected from the grown up. That house for Marwa's immediate neighbor, Anne, was built, I think, in 10 days. And I'm hearing him saying that he wants to go at the same pace this time around. No, it's money that makes the mayor run. So let us hope that, people continue to show their support because he forged ahead without even knowing what was going to happen. It's like, a blind man feeling in the dark without even understanding what's beyond. That was Marwa with this project because when he first went there, he was met with some kind of resistance. But it's because the people them didn't really understand what was going on. They wanted to know who were these people and what did they come about. How are you on my property? What are you doing here? Blah blah blah. We saw the resistance. And I myself even spoke about the way how he was dealing with the kids up front instead of like the caregiver because remember they are minor. The child, the boy is a minor. But they came around and things are straight. I when I speak like this, because they see I cannot be biased. So when I speak like this, I know that you guys who know me and follow me for all this time would understand that that's the real things and that's how the real things does our thing. So those who get it, get it. Those who don't, well, it's too bad because I'm unbiased. I'll give you your flowers once it's yours. And I can't love you too much to be kissing your ass and not seeing you going wrong and I don't correct you. No, hell no. Not even your kids. The love that you have for them, you will have to correct them. That's how I see it. You understand? So I'm here to say today that as we look at this clip on the
Yeah,
screen,
guys, time to.
as we look at this clip on the screen, I want to tell you that I personally went over and commented on the premiere a while ago for Marwa. And whether he saw it or not, I don't know because I commented and I went back to watching from the television. I am super energized. I'm super like I felt like tears was just coming up in me. I was just rejoicing from inside. You could feel the tears. I could feel the tears welling up in my eyes because I actually said hallelujah at one point because I felt a joy inside to see that against all odds, against the theft, the accusations, against all of the name calling, against all of that, Marwa was able to come out and convince his people to come along with him. I mean, they're not there yet, but we know because we've seen it already the power of the people when people come together as a community and work together. You guys don't even know what you just did. You save a life or two because the grandmother, I mean, she's already sheltered. But who knows? Because as we see, it was the muddy ground. Okay, well, Brian was sleeping on some cushion on the rickety, the bed, the frame, but it is better than a lot of things that I've seen. But the aim is to put a solid roof over them head. Brian and the rats probably were friends. Not in a bad way, people, meaning that there were holes in the mud structure that he had. Remember, Marwa had to pay for the exterminator to come and the vet to come and put medicine so the rats don't eat the clothing items and the shoes that the fans from Marwa supported Brian with. So I'm saying when I say hallelujah, I said hallelujah inside with a joy to see the dedication. Let me tell you something, people. Do you think it is easy? Look, you see me sitting here and talking, right? I'm sitting here and talking to you guys, and I want to share something with you. Many days that you don't see me here, it could be two factors, actually, three factors. One being, let me not stick up that finger because it might not look appropriate on screen. One of them being, I'm feeling very unmotivated. Unmotivated, I said. And to watch, okay, let me finish the countdown. Number two, as you guys always hear me say from time to time, sometimes when I really don't want to say what it is, I will come here and say I'm battling my own demons. Meaning that I may be feeling sick. Yes, because I'm going through some things. And I just don't have it in me to come to the screen because I'm not feeling okay. That's number two. Number three, I'm a mom. You guys see me even try to do vlogging and reaction. And I lose my chain of thoughts. The other day I did it even while doing the laundry, cleaning and cooking. And you guys saw me struggle to keep a balanced head, to keep the conversation straight. And I keep starting over again. And sometimes the conversation, the point that I'm trying to make, gets lost in transition because I'm here, there, and everywhere. We've seen it happen sometimes, even with Marwa. I mean, you see, because he micromanages. Period. We won't hide that. And if it is because he does that because he knows his environment. And if he doesn't do that, we wouldn't see results. It wouldn't be what we're seeing now. So, because he knows his environment well, he does it best. And I'm telling you, to watch this young man with a young family. Listen, Marwa and my son is the same age. You understand me? Marwa and my firstborn is the same age. If I send my son to go and pay the land taxes, and then I will tell him, okay, go and pick up a prescription or go and do just ideas, just two tasks, and he's already tired. I will get so mad sometimes if I try to hold a conversation with him on the phone. I say, you're lazy in your get up. Because you guys are spoon fed. The ethics to continue to work, to be motivated is not there because they are like, honestly, I always have this saying, even though I sometimes don't like it because of struggles that, well, I really didn't go through much struggles. I'm telling you the honest truth. But the struggles that one would have to go through in life, I sometimes would say that, mm, this is why we have to pave the way for our generation because, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Listen, we are all uniquely designed with our chapters of life written for us. How does sound like me preaching, so? This sound like an open air service. No, our life is uniquely designed. Nothing is wrong with urging along, but like paving a little way, but putting out a platter on the table filled with everything, every delicacy that you can think of. Then this is when they would get bored. These kids would get bored. In case you're wondering what the hell am I talking about, if you just joined me, welcome to the podcast. If you have not subscribed, kindly do. And if you're watching all this time, please, and if you haven't liked, please hit the like. This is now when I pause for worthy cause. So, back to transmission. I was saying, if we give them everything on a silver platter, they would get bored and they would not have strong ethics, like the morals, the strong work ethics, the order of life. They wouldn't know what to do. You ever wonder why some people who have so much end up doing, they live I mean, big respect. But people who have everything, they tend to get bored. And you notice that sometimes when you look at their lives, the lives that they live, how weird it seems to us who are struggling to get where they are. Because we have what, it's not that they don't, but sometimes when it's ready made for them, or when they are already there, it's like even if they had to work for it, and once they get there, they tend to forget and they splurge and they squander and they go gaga. But the ones who are there, it's as if their ethics are stronger, their morals, because they have a I want to get there mentality. No, let me not stray from the point. I'm talking about I was pairing my son's behavior sometimes with how it's the difference. I'm comparing and contrasting. So I would say if I will give him three tasks or two tasks to complete, then he gets weary very easy and it pisses me off. Back to what I was saying with Marwa. Marwa comes from a background. Anyway, hold on. My reason for saying all of this is that most likely the reason why my son would behave in this manner, there is a flipping roof. He came and met a roof over his head already made, put down. So he didn't really have to do nothing. Okay, well he went and he tried to put on the top floor. He put on the top floor, but I'm saying that he was motivated enough. So let me give him in props. But I'm saying he gets disheartened. He gets very lazy and lackadaisic, and he doesn't want to push along too hard because it's already there for him. Dude already got a foundation, so he's not really too pressed on anything more than just live life. But the background that Marwa came from, he would have wanted better, way better. Going to school and have to ask his friend to pinch a piece of his chapati because, or a piece of his matoke. I beg you one little piece. Just break me a little piece. Because the friend's mom would have bought whatever the friend want, but his mom could have only afforded school fees. Mm-mm. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? How he grew up with strong work ethics. Look at his father. That gentleman goes from sun up to sundown. He runs back home to make a check on the animals and eat, and then he's back at it. Now, we can't help, I mean, but saying, my God, it amuses me. The stamina, the strength, the determination. The determination. When you say the determine, it ties, it tongue tie. So the determination that this young guy has. I had to say to him, I don't know if he saw it or what, but it is unmatchable. It is a very powerful work ethic. Like he's driven. Listen, let me tell you something. Why I'm talking about this. I've seen where forces sat down day in, day out, and they will criticize, even though they come from the same culture. And they easily and readily, how easy they criticize and they will throw him under the rug and drag him to the cross. Even though their practices are the same, the culture is the same, nothing different. Is one Kenya, even though they will have different tribes. This is something that is going to bring me to the next story. What I'm talking about now is going to bring me to the next topic that I want to bring to you guys. It's one Kenya. But yet, when they see what he has and how his people are behind him, without stopping to plan out their way, how to work hard, without even understanding or begin to understand how hard it is to take up a blinking camera. Listen to me, guys. To take up a camera for how many hours and stitch footage from this day to this day or this hour to that hour just to make a one video while you are living a life direct, like live in IRL, in real life. It's not streaming to you live, but when we say in real life, meaning that you are filming everything that you are doing, you're documenting everything. It is draining. Draining. For the few little minutes that I took up my camera, and I walked around the house. I'm doing the laundry. I'm trying to make something for my little 11-year-old. I'm trying to do the dishes. I'm cleaning the house. I'm making the bed, and it's hard. And I don't have that commitment mindset because it's okay because even if I don't come on YouTube, it's all right. My bills will be paid. My this, my that. Back to what I was saying with my son. It's that mentality. But some of the people them who will watch this guy with whatever he has, some of his own people watch him with what he has, and they sit down and they scope out the fact that we talk about him negatively. And the fact that we beat him down, we gang upon him and we will take him out, take him down. Let's bring him to his knees. Let us take him to the cross. Let us scrutinize this fool because he thinks he's this and he's that. They know all of that. What they do will garner them support because people in today's world where hate thrives instead of love and appreciation will run and flock behind them to jump and hate somebody who they don't even know. The ones from his village now, the troublemaking ones, some of them I just have to laugh because they're just so comical. The desperation becomes comical. It brings me to the next story I want to talk about, which is none other than the fake pastor. I dub him the fake pastor because I've seen him, you know, coming across and saying, God, God, God. I said this before and I'm going to say it again. Sometimes we don't need to leave God out on the foolishness because it is the same book that says, wicked are the hearts of men. And God sees your hearts and He knows your thoughts. He knows. Like again, I says, it seems like it sounds like my preaching. You understand me, people? No, this guy that we've seen from the other day fencing a place and helping people to his family members to create more saga, road saga, and all of this thing. He's gone as far as publishing videos telling the world that he's going to go to the authorities because Marwa is leaking sewage in the river, and he's going to go to the authorities because Marwa fence needs to come down because Marwa's fence is right in the river. Can you imagine? Now this guy has run away for over a week now from the village after he created chaos. And his family turn against him. Some of the family member them turn against him because they're not in agreement with the problem that he's causing. Having leading to even roads being blocked for some of those same family members. Hmm? Family turn against family. Now he's out here trying to indoctrinate his fans on Marwa's tribe culture, all in the name of trying to expose what in God's name, I don't know. We've seen that he's suffered a massive defeat. The fact that his family, some of the family members, them turn against him, and he ran away even before that. I suspect, and he was trying to con his fans into letting them believe that he's gone to put fire under Marwa's tail. Nothing has come out of that. Nothing has come out of that. He's still in, I would say, hiding because he's not gone back to the village. I want you to listen to this guy as he tried to lure his fans and to indoctrinate his followers that Marwa's tribe is this way and that way, and that what Marwa is doing is nonsense because the people from Brian's tribe, with Brian, which is the guy that Marwa is building the place for, that the people are going to turn against him. Now, before I even listen, before we even listen to that clip, I want to confess something. I want to confess something. Guys, believe me, if you can't see by now that a lot of these kind of savage behavior is based around fear and fear mongering. If you can't see it by now, I believe something wrong. They are what this guy. He started by telling people that Marwa want to take land. A Dimongo wanted to take land, and so he convinced his family members to have the land fenced, and they fenced it off. And after that, they were still not convinced. Now, when the trucks passed, fight broke out because a few pieces of vegetable was like the truck run over a few pieces, patches of vegetable, just a few, one patch, one few heads, maybe about 5, 6 head. I don't know what veg it was, some green, bushy looking things. And he convinced after the fight broke out, he fully convinced the man to block the road. And God bless. Another piece of road was purchased, and piece was also donated by Marwa's and Dimwango's father so they could get a proper road. And even when they reached to that point, he still brought plants to block that path. And Marwa had to take another piece so he could bank on the left corner if a tipper comes. Take another piece from Jamaican uncle because the man insists that nobody, even if you buy the land, I'm going to block your backside because I still have the power. Why was he doing that? It's because he was influenced. And this fear mongering nonsense run away from this fear monger nonsense, run away from the village after he knew that he created problem and he's creating problems. He ran away, still in hiding, in plain sight, because he's making videos on social media every day, coming up, trying to still push his fear mongering agenda and also to indoctrinate his followers so they could hate upon Marwa even more and Marwa and his family even more. Take a listen to this madness.
Because for me, I don't know even that guy. I just saw, brrr, then I went to file the case. So there is channel that you follow before taking him to school. So as I'm doing this video, for me guys, I've already told that I'm not against. But it's my right as a Kenyan to give my view, to put everything accountable. It's my right.
He's saying that he's not against. Hold on, guys. In his own words, you're hearing him saying that he's not against Marwa or he's not against what Marwa is doing. So if you're not against what he's doing, why would you do such fear mongering till the road is blocked and the lands on both sides are no, on one side is fenced, and then at the entrance from the road that runs behind Conrad's mom and dad's house, a broad road that everybody, Marwa said from he was a kid, that road has been there. That man himself would still have to pass that road with his motorbike. Would still have to pass that road. Why would you encourage him to block that place? Why? You said it on, and I'm not, guys, I'm not lying. He said it on his channel. Because he called me, my uncle called me, and I told him, well, all he has to do is block the road. You did it, and you've been doing it. Why would you encourage? Why would you fear monger? Put fear in them to the point where they would create blockage. There is no crops that is planted at the road at his gate where the turnoff is for Marwa to continue down the road. For D to continue down the road. Why would you even leave from the road saga and go to Marwa's fence and to the river? And then you come to your camera to lie to your folks that you don't hate him. You don't hate him. Then what is it? You just don't like to see what he's doing or what he is. What is it then? I'm confused.
And the how I'm seeing is doing it, guys, eventually they will lose it. They will get a very hard.
He's even lying. Lose what? What they will lose? He's here trying to convince his fans, to indoctrinate his fans about the land that Brian's house, Brian and his grandmother's house is now been built on. She already told Marwa that that piece of the land belonged to her. And that's where she wanted the house to be. So what you're saying no, it's like you're a drowning man cat holding on to a straw. A straw. A straw. A thin straw.
Time, and this is their time. If there is something that the devils hate, jokes with, it's your time. Even that's what the Bible says.
Take God out your bullshit.
All the years that was consumed by locusts, I will give them back to you. So
You the locust. You are the locust that is trying to consume everything around you. Even up to the ground that you're standing on, because that same road that you block, that you encourage them to block, you're going to have to drive past. A piece of the road that you are going to drive past still belongs to congrats dad and mother, because that land is where the house is built. The first entrance to that road that leads to your uncle's property and the rest of your cousin them and yours and your grandmother and everybody. You would still have to pass on a piece of congrats dad's land at the back where their fence is. They stepped the fence in away from the road and they still gave the road a piece. So you're still on the land, bad minded, grudgeful, and envious. And you're afraid of changes. You're afraid of development. And this is what is holding you back.
our time is being consumed by the devil. Like this is the wave is moving on him. So the devil will play with that time. When the time is up, that's when now they will realize that we could have bought even another plot and build for this guy.
You see the nonsense. You see how these scheming, let me use a lighter word, these scheming fools. Oh, it's a sin to call a man a fool. Anyway, fool is in the Bible. These scheming, warmongering, fear-mongering creatures. You see how they scheme. Take a look. Now he's here talking about time consumed by locusts, devil's time, devil, what the devil does. Now look at you. Marwa is progressing ahead with the help and the devotion of his supporters. Put God in front of all of that. What have you ever done other than create confusion and conflict that could have almost caused somebody to be unalive? Because what you did actually let Maremi had to go and beg for the pass for these truck for the with the construction material, and Maremi got a beating so bad that it ended up in court because of your mouth. And you are here preaching? What God? Boy, sit down. Sit down.
But my advice to Mura, if you will watch this, I don't know.
Marwa don't need your advice. At this point, me gonna tell you, shut up. Marwa does not need your advice. Because as far as I can see, you are the devil in disguise. You came and you created so much conflict. The first video that you did, it said, no more passing. We have fenced the road. So it was already embedded in you what you wanted to see done on that stretch of road. So your family could have honored Dee and Marwa in one corner so they can't find a way to pass to the construction. Boy, you are uh, uh, stop her. of progress. You don't want progress. You don't want peace. No, you don't. You don't.
Kindly, when you are going to that family, take your time. Go slowly.
You are not in any way, shape, or form fit to advise Marwa about taking time for nothing because you never took time. You never took time to think about where they came from and where they are going now and the vision that they have for that little part of the village in the back ends of Nyabohanse. You never took the time to think because you couldn't have your way with the sand from the river. This where all of this is coming from because you brought it up yourself. You yourself brought it up. Marwa stopped me from taking sand, stopped Moremi. When he asked Moremi to get the sand from the river, he has already built and I am not building it. I want to build. And this is where all of this bitterness is coming from. You're a stop of progress. And until you get what he has, you will not lie. You would not rest. You would not lie down and sleep in peace. I don't mean like unaliving. I mean that you would not sleep at night because you're scheming. I saw you come up again. Like, guys, he came up with another thing to tell his fans also that his channel, he has broken some community guidelines and he was giving 90 days, yada yada blah blah. What I saw him brought to the screen was his monetization information being incorrect, nothing but no 90 days and community standard and blah blah, nothing of the fact. His monetization information was put in incorrect, and so many attempts, and them tired and backside. Anyway, there's always a way around the mountain. He can fix it. It can be fixed. And the ones who know and can help him, I would mind them help him so he can make some money properly. Go do some proper content and make some money so he could stop feasting on himself. Because at this point, you're basically feasting on yourself. It is whatever he's done, he's eating himself alive at this point. Me not tell no lie. Because the karma has lashed him so bad, so quick. And he saw it coming, so he ran away. And he told his supporters that he's going to get fire for Marwa. He's gone to the whatever part that he's gone to because he's doing something. And he's not going to say anything because his fans told him not to say anything, to work quietly. But you should remember that when you're planning to take your brother down, that another brother is also planning to take you out. Remember that. Remember that. That brother name is Karma. Karma.
Go slowly. Don't pass your materials the same way you are passing the materials to there.
Now, what he's talking about, how Marwa should go slowly at the Brian's site and don't come to pass his material like how he was passing the materials at his uncle's road. At this point, I have to say his uncle's road. So this is how they fear monger. This is how the fear that is embedded in them. This is how he has, and it's a lot of them. Because you leave from one location to the next, it is the same way how they behave. Just okay, take a look at even the ones who will sit down every day and feed on the content. And it is just that they want to see Marwa do things their way because they believe that the old foolish poopy ass fashion way is the right way and no other way else other than that old foolish ways. Times have changed and things have gone ahead. No longer in the caves. You need street lights. Because when the sun goes down and those people keep coming for the cows and the cattle and that alone can't do it. There will be time when instead of saying who we, hoi, people will be just doing things are changing. And when you let off two in the air, man drop cow rope and run because they're not expecting things are changing. Stop trying to indoctrinate people in your nonsense.
Guys, we have a good project for this. We want to build for them a house. We want to change their life. We want to take the boy back to school.
We? How did it become we? Wait. Is your project or Marwa's project? Hold on. What am I hearing, guys? Guys, we want to. How does it become we? The we does not include you. We. No, you. The we is from Marwa and his loyal supporters, not the we from the village. You for fearmonger, warmongering. I don't know what. No.
It's good to take notes seriously.
What notes?
You know, you can take Brand to school, either even he don't want. But if I was him, first of all, guys, I could have taken that boy to a rehab. Not a rehab, sorry. These approved schools.
First of all, you are right now, what you're doing right now is a diversion, attempt at a diversion. You guys does this so smoothly that even if you were pulling somebody's teeth out of the mouth with a plier, they wouldn't even notice. It is something that I realize that they cannot be, what is this? They cannot be contented or be happy if somebody else is doing it. No, it's their way or the highway. The highway meaning that they will tear you down because they themselves want to stand on you so they can see the light of day. Hi. I've never seen it like this. And if you take a look around at all of them, it is the same practice. All of the negative people. I remember some time ago when AM Carol came out and she was talking about transparency with money. And nobody know I keep saying it here on the podcast. Nobody knows until this day how much money AM Carol collected for Casta. And she was the one who came out and said that I've been collecting, I've been so many trips at the bank. I'm tired. And you never hear a peep out of it. And she take that same acid mouth and turned to her camera and told Marwa off numerous times. You are not transparent. You are a scammer. You are this. You are that. Nobody knows about the monies that you're collecting. And her fans have a way to come here to tell me. I should tell Mura to give back the monies that he collected and nobody knows. You should tell AM Carol to give back the monies that she collected or give account of the monies that she collected and she never came to the camera with transparent instead of accusing somebody else. But they're so good at this. They are so good at this, some of them, that you wouldn't know. If your tongue been taken out of your head or your teeth, you wouldn't know. Just listen to this boy.
To deal with that discipline, you know, right now he may hide the character of stealing. He may hide, but guys, stealing is a spirit. It's
Before we go there, so basically he's laying it out that he understands what is happening to Brian. We get it. We get it because we all have our own understanding. But what you shouldn't do is lean not on your own understanding. Lean not. And you know why I'm saying what I'm saying, guys? Because Marwa had it that he was done and dusted with Brian. That was how Marwa saw things. But God had another plan. His audience came for him in ways that shocked the heck out of him. He was like, guys. Oh my God, guys. I saw your comments. I'm seeing your comments. I'm reading your comments. And they were mixed because it was a tug of war. And that's why I use the term lean not on your own understanding, because I myself said We need to see or understand, get a better feel of what is wrong. Where is this problem coming from? I said so. I said so. Mm. But you see, I ended up and I have to surrender because what? What we're seeing in front of us right now, you just have to let go and let the Creator do His thing. What are you saying now, brother man? What are you saying? That you want to take over the project because you have an understanding of how this thing works. Because we want to build a house. We who? Where were you after you made your comments and you ran? You're now saying that we want to build a house and we want to send this boy to school. How did you fit in this?
Not contented with what you have. You know, like for example, here there is a there is witchcraft that is very common with the Kisii people.
No. This is where he began to attempt to indoctrinate his people about sorcery. Now, this is the pastor you talk about, you know. Alleged fake pastor.
I'm just saying this. But they have also assimilated the Koreans. They do that. There is a sickness that when they look at you like this, they throw a spirit in you. And that spirit will make your body to start now kuvimba, to become big, to feel a lot of headache. You are sick everywhere. When you go to hospital, there is no medicine. There is
Like, if you have a fear of God and you are somebody who know the Bible upside down like a bat and inside out, like, you know, transparent, I wouldn't even begin to utter these words out of my mouth. I wouldn't even begin to utter these words out of my mouth. Nonsense.
no sickness. And at the moment these people will inject you, that's the end of you. It's okay. We know it came from Kisii people, but Koreans have been assimilated. They are doing the same thing nowadays.
You see what I'm telling you guys? So he would have had to come up with something, one way or the other. So let me ask you now. So what are you saying now? What has Marwa done to Brian? So that what are you trying to say here?
So we call it Ibiriri in Korea. Ibiriri. And it,
Or he's trying to say, oh no, no. It's not that Marwa done so. It's not that he's saying that Marwa done something. He's trying to say that something is wrong with Brian. That's why he steals. So are you going to take him into one of those cultic thing now and cleanse him? That's what you're trying to say? Guys, you remember that situation in Kenya where they find the people them in the bushes where how many bodies were I mean how many people were missing for how long? And when they find them, they find even an entire family over in the bushes that the pastor had this cult like whatever. What is this guy really saying?
so rampant with the children. Young children when I look at you like this, I throw that sickness to you. Then you must look for specialists who will get some water, get some kerosene oil. Then he will get some a coin, and then he will speak something over it. But for me, nobody ever has thrown that thing to me. My mom used to tell me that for me, no, nobody has ever done anything to me, like even sending the sickness. No.
What are you insinuating? I'm trying to understand. Are you saying that that is what is being done to Brian? What are you insinuating?
No, nobody. I thank God for that. I'm not bragging. God has kept me healthy and good. So they will wash that baby. Then at that, now that's the spirit that they've thrown in him or her, it will now start coming out as form of sand, some removing like clock feathers, some removing.
Can you imagine sand coming out of people imagine your digestive system is such a delicate organ. What are you saying, bro? Huh? Where would the sun be coming from?
stones, then eventually that person will be good. What
Now, if you have all of this belief, if you have all of this belief, you see, guys, what I'm telling you that there's a fear. There's this fear mixed with a lot of ignorance. Ignorance, the word ignorance is not the lack of knowledge. You don't have the knowledge of something. And I believe with all of this fear and the lack of knowledge combined, it is to me, like it is a dangerous mixture. It's a dangerous ingredients for all of this behavior that you're seeing here. So they would fight for nothing. They would make fuss out of thin air for nothing. And they would not understand progression. Just because of all this ignorance that you hear this guy talking, where would sun be coming from inside somebody's body? Hi, what can kerosene do? And coins. These are all man-made materials hmm, from the earth. What can these things do?
do I mean to? Why do I relate this story to this? I'm relating this story to this, saying that that is a spirit in that boy. So
Ah, did I miss? Okay, so you finally answered the question. So basically, is insinuating that Brian is possessed by the Korea tribe or Korean tribe? Am I saying it right? Mora, where are you? Mora, please help. So he's insinuating that Brian is possessed. He's under a spell by the Korean tribe. Hi. Hey. No, sir. Stories of my life. This is a pastor, fakey pastor, sitting here to tell his fans or to educate his fans. Why? No, sir. That's why I say leave God out your stupidness. Leave God's name out of your foolishness.
he must be either he can be taken to a monetary school.
You see what I'm telling you? A monitoring school. What monitoring school? So you can shake the daylights out of him until they find him someplace in some bushes, like what the other pastor did with all the family members.
To deal with the theft cases. Then when he comes back to start building, let him go back and look for because those people are not staying alone. You can be rejected, guys.
Guys, let me not listen any further. Right? No, sir. Guys, it's a weekend. And let me tell you something. I want to go do something right now. I need to walk away from this microphone, turn off this camera, and relax my head. This is too much. I. This is too much. No, sir. My people, leave your thoughts and sentiments in the comment section. No, sir. You know, it's good to enlighten yourself in life. Go away from your environment and experience things if you can. Read, look around. Social media is there. Find educating stuff that would elevate your mind and your mindset. Do some self-empowerment free courses. Allison.com actually have a lot of free courses. You could even get even certificates when you're done. Empower yourself because this is madness. I know that cultures, are, will have some vast difference because we've seen it play out real in front of us. But this, I, those, Big up on yourself, my people. Stay blessed. Enjoy your weekend. And like I said, if you've watched this far and you have not subscribed, kindly do just that. Be sure to like the video if you haven't done so already and leave your thoughts and sentiments in the comment section. See you soon. Bye bye.